Okay, fellas. President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, is in the United States of America. He has gone to negotiate after 49 white people, Afrikaners, left in anger after he said to them and called them cowards for leaving the country.
When you run away, you're a coward. And that's a real cowardly act.
Why is he going to the United States of America? Was Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa talking a big game out? They can go, we're going to share things. And now chickening out of his own word? We're going to find out about that. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are appreciated. Hey, you're welcome. Your first time, my name is Zack. You want to know about Africa, you're at the right place. Thank you. Thank you so much. We want you here. We like you here. We want you to stay. We come every single day. And surely if you watch this video till the end, we're going to like each other. No doubt about that. So today we're talking about South Africa. Here's a map. Beautiful place. Lovely people. Never been to Africa. I think it's a good place to make your feet wet. South Africa. Yeah. Lovely. Very nice. You can find America in South Africa. Trust me. You find a little bit of Italy. If you're looking for Italy, there's an Italian restaurant. You can find Brazil. You'll find that. You're looking for Nigerians. You'll find them too. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's get back on track. Now, President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, is in the United States of America. Why is he there? After he said that the white people that left the country were cowards. Well, he's there to negotiate, to make things normal with America. Ramaphosa is not left alone. He is also left with Minister John Steenhuisen. Steenhuisen is a very interesting person. Just keep that name in mind. We're going to talk about him. He is a leader of a political party named DA. And DA, as per many people, is perceived as a predominantly white political party. And keep the context of South Africa with apartheid and all that stuff. Cyril Ramaphosa, who's of the ANC, which is the political party of Nelson Mandela, going to the United States of America to discuss with Donald Trump, with Steenhuisen, who is the leader of a predominantly white political party. Why is that happening? We're going to find out. The meeting aims to reset strained relations between the two countries and secure a favorable trade deal. Sources within the government confirmed that the strategic choice to select Steenhuisen was because agriculture was the biggest trade sector with the US and will likely negotiate to save AGOA deal. Now, John Steenhuisen is a Minister of Agriculture in South Africa, even though they are opposite political parties. The government said the reason why they're taking him because he is the Minister of Agriculture and they're going to negotiate with Donald Trump. Now, many people don't think that's the case. Many people are asking questions, is Mr. President chickening out? South Africa and Trump administration are right now almost fighting each other. Why is that? After Elon Musk had a chat with Donald Trump, his friend, Donald Trump said that South Africa was a bad country. Look at this.
Well, things are happening in South Africa. The leadership is doing some terrible things, horrible things. So that's under investigation right now. We'll make a determination. And until such time as we find out what South Africa is doing, they're taking away land, they're confiscating land, and actually they're doing things that are perhaps far worse than that.
But Trump said bad things are happening in South Africa. White people are being killed and their land are being seized. Why did he say that? Well, he said that because South Africa had voted a law. And this law would have allowed the government to take some lands that's owned by white people for everybody's use. I'll give you a simple example. Let's say the government want to build hospitals. They could take some of the lands from the white people and build a hospital. Let's say they want to build schools, they could do that. Why take land from white people? Very simple, because when white people came from Europe to South Africa, they didn't come to steal like other African countries and go. In South Africa, white people came to stay. That's why they built to stay. They installed infrastructure. South Africa has some of the best roads in Africa. Buildings, infrastructure, industry, electricity, water, things are functional. Why? One of the reasons because the white people that started it, they did it for themselves. They didn't do it for the black people like they did in other African countries. In other African countries, they put the cheap things because they were going to leave anyway with an expiry date. With South Africa, the things they installed, it was because they wanted to stay. So they had to maintain it. They never really thought that they would ever come in 1994 where black people would get freedom and independence and run the country as well. However, let's get back on track. When white people came to South Africa hundreds of years ago, They came to stay. They took a lot of the land by force. They didn't negotiate. All the land were not free. No. Some of the land were taken by force, okay? And there was a brand new law in 1913 called the Native Land Act. This law basically said, okay, black people cannot own land anymore. Okay, all the land are going to be property of white people. If you want to be in the land, then you better be working for a white man, you know, wash the sheep or remove the cacas from the animals or some stuff like that. Then you can stay in the land. Otherwise, go on the mountain. So the law was very simple, saying black people cannot own land at all. And since that time, black people of South Africa could not own land. In the 1940s, it was official. It was the apartheid, where black people and white people were officially separated. They couldn't come together. They couldn't date one another. You couldn't even look at the white girl's ass. You're going to get beat up very bad. Not that there is a lot of ass, but whatever. Not that many of them have a lot of ass, not at all. But yeah, if you do that, bad things. They couldn't go to the same restaurant as whites. Couldn't sleep in the same bed, not travel in the same taxi. Basically, it was a clear separation. In 1994, Nelson Mandela came out of jail. Things changed. They went to election. The ANC, which is a political party of the president, won the election. Why? Because there was a majority. Most black people were part of the ANC at that time. They voted for the ANC won the election. And even after freedom, white people still own more than 72% of good land, whilst black people had less than 4%. Now, are all the land being utilized for farming? Absolutely not. Some land is sitting there doing nothing. So the government says, how about we take some of the lands, okay, that are not used? Okay, maybe your grandfather took the land, but he never changed it, never invested it, never put money into it. We can perhaps take some of the land and we can build schools or hospitals. Well, that's where the mayhem started. Why do you want to take the land from people without paying them for the land? Well, black people of South Africa say, why should he pay you for the land that your grandfather took by force? Then he said, well, why should you not pay me? Because I wasn't there when he did that. All I know, you can't even prove that he took it by force. So it's very complicated. After that law was voted, Elon Musk, who's a good friend to Trump, he's a South African, by the way, spoke to Trump. Then Trump said, you know what? We're not dealing with South Africa anymore. Oh, by the way, the aid we're sending there, because America sends so much money to South Africa, helping in different areas and also helping in healthcare, blocked PEPFAR, which is a program that helps people living with HIV to get medication. Yeah, you know, the medication they take so they can survive. America used to provide that, at least a good percentage of it, even though South Africa's got a level of independence. So they cut all of that. Okay, so it's bad. Now they're sitting in a spot where they have to make a choice. Let me remind you here, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, after Trump reacted, said we are not taking any land. We have not taken any land by force yet. So he made sure he emphasized that we are not taking any land. But even though he said that, Mr. Trump continued doing what he was doing. Then Cyril Ramaphosa said maybe Mr. Trump is not understanding what's happening in South Africa. Then Julius Malema intervened, saying that
bad things are happening in South Africa without evidence. We must not assume that the USA is misinformed. Instead, we must question the real intention behind such statement.
Thinking that America doesn't know what's happening in South Africa is a lie. Okay, because they know everything. They have some of the best intelligence services in the world. They know what's happening. This is pressure. It has nothing to do with what you think it has to do. It's a pressure because, number one, South Africa took the country you don't name to court. You know, you don't name that country. If you name it, your video gets shadow banned. I'm sorry. I really want to say the name, but I can't, because if you say it, your video go down. You can't get people. You won't even get seen. And yeah, it's crazy, but that's what it is. He says it's because South Africa took the country to court. And number two, they're trying to kill two birds at the same time. They're also trying, by the way, to discourage the ANC government from continuing with this project of taking back the land. Stenoisen believes that US tariff announcements imply AGOA's cancellation, and South Africa need to prepare for this scenario. What does that mean? South Africa profit from AGOA. What is AGOA? AGOA is a system that America created to help shuttle countries. Anyway, most shuttle countries are in Africa, as per Trump. Now, the goal of AGOA is to allow African countries to market their goods into the market of the United States of America without having to pay any further tax. So meaning, if you produce your thing at $50 in your country, you can actually sell it at whichever price you like in America without having to pay any fee to enter America's market. That's what America does for Africa. Does it look generous? Yes, it does look generous. Well, some people feel like it's not generosity, it's manipulation. Some people feel like they do that so they can make sure you align with their policies, meaning If you don't vote for them in the United Nations, then they kick you off AGOA. Or if you don't support men wanting to marry other they kick you off AGOA because you're not democratic. Or if you choose to, nationalize things and prioritize your people, or they kick you off AGOA. So it's basically not help. It's not generosity. It's just a lever so you can get you to do things as we want them to do. Now, they believe AGOA is in danger.
So we are not going to be distracted by anything. We will just focus on what is important for our country. Trade. They have imposed tariffs on us, even though they've postponed them. We need to deal with that. We do quite a bit of trade with the United States. Our vehicles go there, our vegetables and our agricultural products go there. So they are our trading partner, and we therefore need to interact with them.
South Africa makes a lot of benefit from selling things in America. Yes, including cars. Yes, South Africa produces Mercedes and BMW that are often exported to the United States of America. There's the agriculture sector, fruit, citrus, many other things that are exported to America. Minister Steenhuisen believes that this attitude of Trump is announcing the end of AGOA for South Africa. So let's better attend to it as soon as possible, or else AGOA is going to go. And we're going to understand what does that mean at the end. Steenhuisen will play a crucial role in the negotiation, also focusing on agricultural exports and trade agreements. America is one of the largest markets where we need to mend fences, Steenhuisen said. So you're asking yourself, what is the goal of the deal? What type of deal they're trying to sign with America? The deal aims to give the US greater access to the South African market, potentially replacing AGOA. So South Africa is looking to give the United States of America a greater access to its market. Let me just see here. What has not been accessible to America? Well, Elon Musk has been trying to get his Starlink into South Africa for some time now. It's been very difficult because South Africa has a law that says you have to issue 30% of your company to locals. South African, blacks, they have to own 30%. You don't give them, they have to pay. Okay? That's the law, to empower South Africans because they went through the most for a long time. Musk was not okay with that. And that's, many people believe, was the genesis of everything because there was no entry to the market of South Africa. Do you think by saying that they want to give America more access to the market, they're going to be releasing or giving Musk that opportunity to enter South Africa with his Starlink? Will President Cyril Ramaphosa be embarrassed by Donald Trump? Well, it's very interesting because many people are worried about it. Many people are thinking they could be seeing another Trump-Zelensky with Ramaphosa because Trump is very good at dragging people down. That's exactly what he did with Zelensky because Zelensky initially refused to sign the deal. They dragged him like a cow in front of the entire world. They ridiculed him. Are they going to do the same with Mr. Ramaphosa? Well, Julius Malema believes it's a possibility. They're going to ridicule Ramaphosa. But the Minister of International Relations of South Africa says Ramaphosa does not anticipate any mistreatment or embarrassment when the two meet in Washington. Why does she think that? Because she says, we are not going to the US alone. President Trump made a public announcement that he's going to meet with us next week.
Now, South Africa leadership is coming to see me, I understand, sometime next week. And, we're supposed to have a G20 meeting there or something. But we're having a G20 meeting. I don't know how we can go unless that situation's...
She continues saying that there is no one who invites a guest to mistreat them. We are expecting the highest level of decorum and necessary protocol to be accorded. Well, is this going to happen? Question mark. Now, let's get back on track. 49 South African white people went to the United States of America because they're tired. They say there's genocide happening. They're taking their stuff. They're removing them off their land. Many South Africans believe those one that left didn't even own any land because somebody that owns a land that would potentially be removed because no land has been removed yet. Why would you leave a country where you have land that could potentially be removed if it's not removed yet? Unless it is removed, or maybe you sold the land. Now, who did you sell the land to? To a white man who also is scared that somebody's going to remove the land from him. It's not possible.
If those people are farmers, it means there are 49 farms available. Why are we not expropriating them? Because they've abandoned them. But why is the media not telling us? Because they say these are farmers. Why is the media, through its own investigation, say to us, This picture you see is a farmer at this. They are not farmers.
Many people believe that the great majority of the people that left South Africa going to the United States are white people who have absolutely nothing going for themselves. They're actually beggars standing in the streets, at least most of them, and they found this opportunity. Maybe we can get something brand new. Black South Africans say, how can someone who's got a land and a business and a farm just leave his farm and business to go to America to restart from zero, where he's told that he could be working as a customer service assistant on the cell phone? It doesn't make sense, does it? Now, our problem is what? Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa wanted to get land for the black South Africans, or at least for the government. There was a reaction from the United States of America, accusing South Africa of genocide and mistreating white people. America cut aid to South Africa as pressure. Number 4, America chased the South African ambassador back to South Africa. Cyril Ramaphosa tried to justify himself, saying he's not taking land from white people. Donald Trump continued with the same rhetoric. Ramaphosa now forced to go to the United States of America to negotiate with America, because if he doesn't, South Africa is going to go to the gutter. If South Africa is cut off AGOA and America use the pressure they're capable of, South Africa, as you know it, will not be the same. So it's a big choice. Should black people of South Africa continue to fight so they can acquire land to a level where they may risk all the benefit that they get, all the standards the country reflects across the world? Or should they abandon the project and take a white man in John Oosthuizen to accompany the president, just to show they are not racist? Or, matter of fact, we actually work with white people so that the country can continue moving forward. It's a choice. Should South Africa continue pressing to get the land and risk its economy? Or should we play it soft, take a white man with us, show that we are unity, and allow America to get into the market, allow Elon Musk to do his things, and continue being safe for the good of everybody? Which one is the right choice? After this trip, do you think we'll still hear about taking back the lands anymore from the ANC government? Or they're going to put it on pause until the Trump administration is out of office? The big question is this one. Is Cyril Ramaphosa chickening out of his project of taking land? Or is he making the right decision for his people? Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.